Welcome, what is up? Thank you for tuning back into the Castler. Of course, I am Chris Cass here with the 411 for SmackDown Live, August the 1st, 2017. Cleveland, Ohio. Oh, yes. I don't like Cleveland. The U.S. title. Really weird that they started off the show with the U.S. title. But it was a good way to start the show. It was very entertaining. These guys, of course, are just money together. They have so much chemistry. And then Kevin Owens, back to the old Fight Owens fight look, still being announced as the new face of America. Somebody missed something here. The finish is what it is. It sets up for their match, for them to have hopefully a final encounter at SummerSlam, and this wraps it up, with Shane McMahon being the referee. I have no problem with the actual finish, although I would have done it differently. Instead of Kevin fighting the whole way through the 3 count with his shoulder up, I would have just had him slip it up one time. But the referee was kind of out of position, but he wasn't enough out of position for that punch that never connected, and they never showed the correct angle from it. So you can see that. You know that they have the angle from the wide camera. You know from the wide camera back out. But they showed it first from this angle, and then they showed it over here from this angle. And this angle covers it. So this is actually the proper angle that they should have probably done it from originally. But they showed it from this angle, and then they never replayed it. I think maybe they had replayed it later in the night, but I don't remember that. I don't think they played it from this angle. The actual missed punch, if you will. So, of course, Kevin Owens goes to the back. He's pissed, pushes Mike Chioda down while Shane and Daniel Bryan are checking on him. By the way, I hate that this was the only spot for Shane and Daniel Bryan the whole night. And with them not having Talking Smack anymore, unless they did the Pirate Talking Smack, I'll have to check my Twitter feed here later to see if that come about again. Which they did do last week, which was kind of funny. The biggest problem I have with the match is the 3 super kicks leading into AJ rolling up. You know, I know that the super kick is diluted, it's watered down, it's like a punch now. I don't love that. Especially the kicks that Kevin hit him with, because Kevin hit him with what looked like a full-on, looked like AJ ate every bit of that first super kick, and then the second super kick was good, and then the third super kick, AJ wasn't even standing, he was kneeled on one knee, so sells it, he picks him up, Kevin waits, and then throws him off the ropes, which I guess gives AJ enough time to recover. Supposedly, that's the artistic whatever. I just didn't like it, but it sets up Shane as a referee for SummerSlam. So there we are. The Usos bashing on the New Day was fun. I hope that this goes to SummerSlam as well. I have a feeling that it won't. I have a feeling that they'll have the match before SummerSlam, considering that the New Day will probably beat the Usos, and that will be the end of it, which I hate. The Fashion Peaks, I mean, these guys are, they're money, and they're over doing this stuff. I'm not a huge fan of it anymore. I thought it was really funny when they first started it. I think that it's went on so long that, because they've done it just about every show, that they could hold off on it just a little bit, but, they don't have, that's like the champion being in a match every week. You don't have to do it every week. There's so much other things that you can do to shine people, like what I'll get to next. Aiden English finally getting to sing, which is glorious. Oh wait, that's a different gimmick. I'm sorry. Exit that out. But he did beat Sami Zayn, and they had an okay match. It wasn't nothing special, but it wasn't horrible, so that's something. And then the Canellises come out and, you lost. Continuing that to, that'll probably end up on, like, the SummerSlam pre-show or something. Because I feel like there are going to be, like, 2 or 3 matches on the SummerSlam pre-show this year. So just stay tuned for that. Natalya and Carmella lost to Naomi and Becky. I don't like it. I think Natty should have pinned Naomi. And I think that needs to happen. Naomi needs to get pinned somehow in some tag or six-woman tag or something before SummerSlam to show that Natty can pin her shoulders, whether they give her the title or not. I think that it would be kind of funny going that Natty wins the title and then Carmella cashes it in. Because people, not just myself, have been pushing for Natty to be champion, and she finally gets it, and then they give it to Carmella because that's their golden goose all of a sudden, which is horrible. But in any event, it is what it is. The match was physical. I got Carmella wearing a free James Ellsworth t-shirt, which is funny. He should be coming back next week. Something like that. I'll have to check the date. The Rusev and Chad Gable match, that was a very, very, very good match. It was almost a great match. I had to take off a couple of points because there were too many suplexes and too many and too long set up for the ankle lock, and even using the ankle lock I hated the fact that he used the ankle lock. I mean, he needs to stop using that, period, especially since Jason Jordan is now Kurt Angle's son, and so he needs to use that sparingly. But Rusev wins, calls out somebody, just somebody. I want somebody. Randy Orton comes out. Eventually, he gets in the ring and RKOs him. So we have Rusev and Randy at SummerSlam, which just a match to get them on. Hopefully, that's not too much. And then Shinsuke Nakamura defeats John Cena. I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought somehow, some way, it was probably going to be a screwy finish, probably with Baron Corbin costing Shinsuke because they're kind of still feuding. And, of course, that happened after SmackDown went off the air. For those of you that didn't see it, I tried to get on top of 205 Live, and just as soon as I could get it to load on my TV, on my smart TV, the attack by Baron had already happened. So Baron attacked Shinsuke and then attacked Cena and set up and was going to do something to Cena through the table. Cena countered and then gave him the AA through the announcer's table. And then Cena puts Shinsuke over again. He goes in, shakes his hand, and raises his arm. So Cena basically put Shinsuke over 4 times tonight, which tells me that everybody that has said that Cena doesn't put anybody over needs to shut the hell up, because Cena basically put him over 4 times in this match. He put over him because he sold like a champ for everything that Shinsuke did. Number 2, he put him over because he let Shinsuke, or graciously, he laid down for Shinsuke to win the match. 3, he raised his hand after the match, and then 4, he raised his hand after he beat up Baron Corbin. So, it's not like Cena's not putting people over or is incapable of putting people over. It is what it is. I hope that Shinsuke does not win the title at SummerSlam. I think it's too soon. It's too much too soon. I am not a fan of any babyface, by the way, winning the WWE title on their first attempt. Unless it's WrestleMania and they've had a long booking of this and the story's long. This has not been a long story. They've only got a couple of weeks until SummerSlam. He doesn't need to win the title because he's not chasing it. He needs to chase it and finally win it. And I don't want him to win it and then Baron to cash in and take it from him, because We've seen that too much, and I don't want to see that. But in any event, they had a good match, which I'm very happy about. So, now we move on to Raw. Actually, I move on to 205 Live, which I've already watched, and I'm probably about to talk about in another video. So if you want to watch that, you can check that out. I need to put those guys over more because it just seems like, for some reason, they're not getting the pub that they need, and I'm going to try to help. By the way, watch NXT this week. Aleister Black is wrestling. I don't know who he's wrestling. I didn't read the spoilers. No spoilers, please. I don't care. Anyway, so without further ado, that's all I have for you. Make sure to leave a comment, like, or dislike the video. I don't care. Just do something. Show me some interaction, some engagement. Also, follow me on Twitter at TheAnswerChaos. And always, if you haven't, subscribe to the channel. So, without further ado, deuces as always, and Chaos is out.